Ray.
Hey, what's going on, Charlie? Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too. Just dealing with a situation, you know. Somebody
Yeah.
was lost who they're close to, and they put, and pettiness in the way and said a name that wasn't the correct answer. So now, tomorrow, they're dying. Unfortunate.
Oh. Oh, I see. To safeguard their actual close person.
A farm, and now that person, unfortunately, is going to potentially die because they need to realize that what they're doing is a privilege. But you treat it as such. But unfortunately, the only way to teach people is to give them consequences. Anyway,
You know,
right.
I've learned that.
How have you been? I've heard a lot of things today, a lot of things.
I'm sure you have, brother. I'm sure you have. I'll be honest, I could be better, but I did exactly what I said I was going to. In the meeting with you, I stood on business. I found out that were undercutting me. Found out who they were. I unmasked them and I talked to them. I set up an elaborate plan, basically, because they were doing dead drops. I had other gangs help me with information, with everything. Like you said yourself, they made a lot of enemies. They did. So much that I had people handing me information left and right. And I even had an entire gang willing to help me out with setting up a drop. And so we did.
Let me take a wild guess.
Yeah?
Chico.
Yes, it was Chico, actually. Which,
Interesting.
to be honest, between you and I don't know if Chico did the right thing by not telling his gang he was going to do so. But
wait, excuse me.
That's what I heard. Is that he didn't discuss with his gang prior that he was going to help the Habibis with this. So, I don't know if it's true or not, but
wait.
I definitely. Yeah.
You're the one to dabble in gang this, gang peasant this, that. You're telling me a gang leader didn't tell his people what he was about to do.
This is supposed, but yeah, that's what I heard. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus, though. He did help me substantially, and I think that he's one of the only real out there.
So, what the happened? What I know is, obviously, we'll carry on, actually. You unmasked the people.
Yes, they did a dead drop with boats and scuba tanks. It's actually quite crazy. They very elaborate. They asked the people to drop the money off with a ping. The people dropped the money off. Chico went there, put the money. A boat pulled up, and people with scuba tanks were on the boat. But I was ready. We had helicopters out. We searched and scoured the ocean. We ended up finding somebody. And when I captured that person and I unmasked them, it was JJ. So I took JJ. I got him medical aid up north. And I interrogated him. I want to know why he did business the way he did. And the first thing he says to me is it was about the money. Yes, we started by undercutting you guys. I should have called you Raymond. Was his exact words. Immediately confessed that he had been doing so. And I was like, okay, I thought I had to torture you or some shit. But yeah, if you want to tell me, yeah, it was your fault, sure. But yeah, he kept saying it was about the money. He wanted to start business, etc. He was undercutting us. It was slimy, but he was going to call me eventually and make it like clear. And it was a bunch of bullshit. More apologies that he got caught, essentially. So I said, okay, if it's about the money, if that's really what you care about when we're out here doing this operation for you know who, and this is not about the money, we're out here trying to distribute shit, then we can make it about the money. So I asked for $5 million. I said, give me $5 million by tomorrow. 24 hours. He says, Ray, it's crazy. Absolutely insane. I said, hey, I'm not going to hurt you right now, but just go back to your people and tell them the number. So he goes back to his people, he starts having meetings, and I keep a close eye on this. And this man starts contacting everybody, including Flippy from Hydra. Flippy pulls up. He starts contacting, they have a meeting, and I'm like, I wonder what's going on here. I pull up, and I have a conversation with JJ after Flippy leaves, and I call him. And I'm like, listen, JJ, I just saw Hydra pull up. What the are you doing? Are you about to pay this gang to help out in the war against me? Which I thought they were going to, and apparently they were. They were offering them money to fight the war against us. But as soon as he heard that I had seen it, they said, we f***ed up, we're going to pay you the money. Came to my block with $5 million in cash and gave it straight to me. I didn't even have to lift a hand. The $5 million was in my pocket. Now here's where things got interesting. This man, after admitting that he f***ed up, after paying the money, had the audacity to have a meeting with every single gang in the city, including Hydra. He went to Hydra and told them what happened. And Hydra started spinning the narrative. Wow, how could Raymond Romanov do this? How could he punch down? How could he threaten such a large amount? When, realistically, the only one making about the money was JJ himself. He started begging for help. Now I got Flippy calling every gang, including Manor, Besties, and every other, including Lost and Vagos and everybody, and trying to spin the narrative that I'm an awful person. I don't want to be a good person. I don't give a fuck if people like me. But to say that I did this shit because of the money and I was punching down is stupid. Consequences for actions. That's what I was pushing for. But here I am, faced with new challenges. Philby had a meeting with the Manor. Told them I was giving better deals with other people. Now Manor come to me and ask me for better deals. And I told them it's impossible. The rate they wanted was too insane. So Manor said to me yesterday, the streets are cold, Ray, get ready. Flipping Hydra today, pulling up to my block, taking vehicles, antagonizing my people, preparing for war. Even Besties and I, even Forehead and I had a meeting face to face. And he said he heard I did some crazy heinous shit. And they were, all the Besties were twatting out about Habibis today. So, I got a lot on my plate right now. I'll be honest, Charlie. A lot. I don't know what the f about to happen next. Maybe I might end up in 1, 2, 3 different wars. But I'll still try to be here to help you out with whatever's going on here.
Let me understand something. You did what you did. You got the $5 million, and then anybody. Or can you expand on what happened after that? All these gangs.
Basically, the gangs thought it was their business. All of a sudden, they wanted to become the police of the streets because they didn't get any piece of the pie, which is ridiculous. Why the f is it any of the business of Hydra or any of these other groups that are trying to get involved? It's not. If JJ wanted to help, he had 24 hours to recruit it. He paid me in 3. That's it. Shoot straight with your brother. It's everybody's business now. The whole city knows.
Jesus Christ.
All over ammunition.
So, JJ, you're saying, was undercutting?
He was, yes. He admitted to it. He was undercutting by a substantial margin too, actually. 20% less than my prices after he confirmed them. Just about, with bulk. And he kept claiming that he wasn't after the fact, which blew me away when he came to a public facing.
Where does the Vargas or Chico stand in all of this?
Well, Kenishiro and JJ, especially JJ, felt betrayed by Chico because they have been brothers apparently for many years. They've been in multiple gangs before. So JJ feels that Chico took a big discount on ammunition to help me over his own personal relationship with each other. So Kenishiro, after paying me $5 million to avoid conflict, went and slid on the Vagos and started shooting the Vagos at their block, at the barrio. That erupted into a war, and Kenishiro has been getting put down every single day. But the ironic part, if we talk about this though, is that Chico didn't know it was JJ. He He had suspicions, but he didn't know it was him until we unmasked him. And at that point, what can you do? That's a risk you take by being anonymous, by undercutting, and by making the certain business decisions that JJ made.
What led to, out of curiosity, what led Chico to help you? I'm curious.
I offered him some shit. I think I offered to pay him a substantial amount of money, and I offered him a larger discount than he already was getting. Which, for some reason, he took that information and spread to people out of fear, I believe. I believe Hydra started pressing him about the prices down at the block. So he said the deal I was going to give to him to everybody. Which case other people heard it, and now they want the same deal from me. Which is why the Manor War might start. Yeah.
Wait, just so I understand now. Chico leaked that he got a discount from you to all these other people. So now all these other people are coming to you for this discount. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, precisely.
And you saying no, and what's their reaction?
I'm just telling Chico I'm reducing the discount. He's no longer getting that. I'm telling everybody the same thing. It's not going to happen anymore. He f***ed up. But doesn't stop the effect that it had on my business. Doesn't stop the effect that it's going to have on my business going forward. And doesn't stop the rumors that Chico is a purchased weapon, a weapon for hire.
When it comes to business, are people still coming after you for, obviously, your supply?
That's right. Yes. Like I said before, Manor heard the amount, and they wanted 40% discount on everything. I offered them a substantial discount. They wanted more. I said that was crazy. And they said, well, it is crazy, but the streets are cold, Ray. Get ready. And they walked away. That was last night, my last conversation with James and John, the leaders of Manor.
So, my question is, are the customers you had once before still the same, or is everybody switching sides?
It seems like a lot of people are switching sides. I've lost Hydra completely. Hydra approached me and said, hey, Ray, business with us? It's probably going to be limited now. I used to have a deal with them on the product they sold, SMGs. They removed the deal completely. And I'm assuming a lot of other people are probably going to be jumping on the train too. People feel bad for Kaneshiro and JJ. How could Raymond Romanov do this, basically? Seems like a united movement across the city. This whole enemy of the state thing that I thought I had for the marshals for helping you guys out, I truly believe I became the enemy of the state yesterday with how much people are talking badly, which is insane, but I know it's part of business. It is what it is. I dealt with it before, to be honest. But yeah, I am on my own.
Yo, guys, I'm awesome question.
I have one question regarding this whole thing with JJ.
What is that?
There's an operation coming up to do with Ladonna. And if you and JJ were involved, you're gonna kill him. Just so I understand.
This shit here that we currently conduct, Charlie, you and I have both said this to each other. I'm going to say it again. What we do here is above the stupid shit that's out there. You guys require my help, my assistance. I provide it. No questions asked. I will not harm JJ during one of our missions.
Would you save him?
If it required, so yes.
So what I'm getting at is we have another Benji and Ray situation, but this time it's Ray and JJ.
Sure, but I feel like this is more close to home. The business we are doing was related to operations that we've both been assigned. That's why it shocks me so much. I don't understand the undercutting so bad because at the end of the day, we were both doing Operation Dread Torrent. Our goal was to cause chaos in the streets, not to make substantial amounts of money.
You
We
know,
never
if
had this.
he went over the max prices,
No, we just always went under. Like I said before, this is not the first time, that there's been two people dealing with ammunition. I never had an issue with the Ravens before.
if I'm being honest, the biggest shock to me in all of this is Chico.
And why is that?
And not telling his people what he's about to do.
I don't understand that either. But I think what he was trying to do was bring home a prize for the gang and be like, hey, look guys, look, I got us a huge discount and shit. But I think by doing so, the people around him, the people that trust him, felt slighted. They felt like they weren't trusted with the information of the operation. But it is what it is. It's his decisions, right? He's a gang leader after all. And I think it's a growing pain he'll just have to learn through experience.
Well, the good news is that if you have, stored the supply of the city, the orders will come very quick when you place them.
Good. Charlie, a long time ago, I think it's been like 3 months since, you told me if we needed to put in special orders and pay for certain weapons, we could. Am I able to buy ARs from you guys with money or whatever that you guys require? Because I know there's currently not a person to do that from, and I don't see myself doing business with Hydra right now. Unfortunately, they're the only SMG connects.
Well, it's funny you mention cost too. You see, the objective for a God of the Gar involves that.
Yes, you told me that. You're right. Okay.
Now, the costs we have are not for you to purchase and kill people in the streets. This is strictly for operation purposes only. I can provide you what we have, but if you're successful on Friday, which the travel may be, you can buy as many Class Cs as you want once we receive them.
Understood. I will make sure that the operation is successful.
You see, last time the guard did this, he had a notebook with a passage, a sort of riddle. To make sure your brain's working on Friday, there, Roy.
I'll be here. No matter what. Even if I'm corrupted by war, I'll still be here.
It seems like, to me, nothing's really changed. You have all the customers still. You have the customer base and made it very clear for the other supplier not to undercut.
Yeah, but you know how I see it? I think JJ is seeing all this public support by the majority of the big gangs. And now, using that pittiness, the sorrowfulness from other groups and using that, I think he will continue to undercut me. But this time, he'll probably do it with Hydra backing him, or Manor, or Besties, or any of the other large groups. Probably leaning more towards Manor and Hydra right now, though, because they straight up told me they're gonna have their back.
I'm not for sure what would you do if JJ's in this room right now.
I'd look him in the eyes and say, You didn't pay me $5 million for you to continue to spin the narrative and cause more problems for me. You know what he was worried about when he paid the money? He was worried that I'd get paid and then I would continue the issues. Ironic, actually, when he's the one doing it himself.
Give me 1 second. Let me see if the other party is around. Ah.
Yo, guys, shall I be like, oh, by the way, JJ said if you do whatever to him, he's gonna cause World War III, brother. Bro, if we weren't doing Faceless shit right now, I would 100% say that. Oh my god. Well, this is a good test to see what happens here. Because both these guys are gonna be on the mission on Friday. So we'll see if that's a good idea or not.